Welcome back. Melly Loves Death Metal. Got another tape collection, discography collection, or whatever you want to call it, video today. I did my Cannibal Corpse one yesterday, and now I've got the Black Dahlia murder. So yeah, you guys, Northeast Steel Media, or NESI Media, as you all know, I've talked about them several times in here. I explained them in my last video. They're a label out in China. They do a bunch of reissues, officially licensed reissues, so these are not bootlegs. And they decided to go ahead and press all of the Black Dahlia murder on cassette, which I've never owned any of these on cassette. Well, that's not true. I owned one of these on cassette. And I was like, you know what? I don't need them, but I sure as fuck want them. So for my birthday, I snagged them. This was my birthday present to myself. They are finally here. It took several weeks for them to get here because shipping from China can take forever. So I want to show them off to you guys. They sound amazing. NESI is awesome. I love their label, so go check them out. These are still available. Go snag them before they're gone, because I don't know if they'll reissue them. I don't know I think this might have been like a test to see how they do for cassette tapes, because they're known for CDs and vinyl, mostly vinyl. Their CDs are really good quality too. So let's go ahead and get started. A lot of tapes to show off you guys today, but really quickly, some of you are going to ask, did I pre-order the Servitude tape? And I probably should have waited until that came out to do the whole run, but I got excited and I don't want to wait until September. So I did not pre-order the Servitude tape. I'm going to, but at the time of the announcement and the pre-orders going up, I just got the record. However, I am going to get the tape because I do want to round out the collection here. It is on Night Shift merch. It is $14.99, and that is a little bit pricey for a tape, in my opinion. But the collector scum in me is going to grab it anyway. I think I have an extra $15 I can throw their way when I get paid this week. So I'm probably going to pre-order it this week just to have it. Hopefully it's a good album. Yeah, it's going to be a good album. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So the first one is Unhallowed. And I think, actually, let me just really quickly check something really quick before I get started here. I feel like these were pressed on two different copies, like color copies. So the Cannibal Corpse ones that I recently showed off in my last video. No, you're just gonna be slow? Did my internet go out? Hello? Internet? It's not loading. The page is not loading. Of course, when I'm trying to do a video, it's not loading. Okay, here we go. It's loading. Yeah, they did. Okay, so I was right. Okay, so they did colored tape shells and then plain black tape shells. I got the colored ones. I thought they looked cooler. The plain black ones look sleek and cool. But they're both still available. They're both versions of the black and the colored are limited to 100. So snag these as fast as you can, because I know they're going to sell out eventually. And it takes a while to get in. So the shipping is about $10-15 depending on how many you buy. So make that shipping cost worth it. But that is why I ordered from NESI, because their shipping cost isn't that crazy compared to other Euro and other international labels. So okay, Unhallowed, here you go. And like I said, these all sound phenomenal. I listened to pretty much all of them in the last couple of days since I've gotten them. Well, I guess you could say like the last week. I was gone for about 5 days previously, but when I first started getting these, and I've listened to these. So I listened to several this morning before I started to record this video before work. And if you're familiar with NESI, I said this in the last video for my Cannibal Corpse discography. It has that matte finish that they do on all of their records. So here you go. And then, yeah, just lyrics and liner notes on the other side. So these are really nice quality. I'm super pumped that these are finally on cassette tape. I just, like I said, never owned these on cassette previously. So yeah. And the one thing that I absolutely love about these tapes is, that's not a good example, is the spines are also the album artwork too, and so it looks really cool on the shelf. Just a little bit of a nitpicky thing there that I really like. Some attention to detail there. So yeah. Anyway, next is Miasma, whatever you call it. This is like a creamy gray. It's kind of a grayish color. It might be hard to see on the camera. And then the J card. All of these J cards are pretty true to the original vinyls that I have. Same artwork and all that stuff. So yeah, it's funny enough, they actually hate the band has been noted to hate this album artwork, but this is some of my favorite, which is funny because it's just a simple cityscape picture. I think that's Detroit. But yeah, this is one of my favorite Black Dahlia Murder albums. This is just classic. And again, these were officially licensed by Metal Blade Records. They are not bootlegs. So Metal Blade and NESI have a good contract or a good partnership going on here, because they press like the Cannibal Corpse ones and a couple of other Metal Blade reissues that they've done in the past. They also have done Carcass and Sanguine Sugarbog. Like they do new albums too, not just old ones. There's the Bork Nagar. That's still available. Ooh, the self-titled vinyl. There's Aborted. They do tons of stuff, but Cannibal Corpse they've pressed several times. Blood Incantation, Hypocrisy, Mayhem. The Mayhem ones were pretty hot when they did those. The Blood Incantation ones sold out, but they've reissued these several times now, so they're all available again. But when they were first being pressed, they were selling out and they were hard to find. People were reselling them for like $60-$70 on Discogs. So, okay. Obviously, quite possibly their best album. A lot of people hail. Just simply 10 out of 10. Nocturnal. The album artwork's a little bit dark. But nice blue tape. I don't know. My camera, it's hard to tell if you guys can see that. The camera's not the best. I'm on my laptop. I got to get my other stuff situated. My setup needs to be updated and stuff. So for now, laptops, videos will be there. Damn, that's hard to see. And then on the other side is just lyrics. That's it. So I also have my screen brightness down because it glares in my glasses. I guess I can turn it up a little bit more, and that drives me crazy. First world problems if you have glasses. My favorite Black Dahlia Murder album, Deflorate, 100%. Tony Cole artwork, some of my favorite album artwork. Great tape. Kind of wish they made this yellow, but whatever. It is what it is. Man, I love that album. See how the spine, it like encapsulates the artwork? It just looks awesome on the shelf. Just, again, a little bit of a nitpicky detail that I enjoyed, and then lyrics on the other side. Lyrics and liner notes. And again, it has that matte feeling that they do with their vinyl releases. Okay, next is Ritual, probably my second or third favorite Black Dahlia. I can't remember what I ranked these as when I did this. That ranking has definitely changed. I need to update these rankings. That's why I kind of hate doing ranking videos, because depending on my mood, that changes. Oh, I have NESI up right here, and I just noticed that they also did some Dream Theater cassettes too, which I'm not going to buy, but those are the other cassettes on here. There's so much shit on their site. Anyway, this is like a gold tape, which, yep, that goes great with this one. And then, yeah, oh man, this album is so goddamn good. It's gonna be a Black Dahlia binge day, I think. I thought it was gonna be Cannibal Corpse one, but now that I'm showing these off, I'm realizing I'm just gonna probably binge the shit out of Black Dahlia Murder in preparation for their new album that's coming out in September. I'm excited about it. First one with Brian on vocals. Rest in peace, Trevor. We've already talked about that several times on this channel, but here you go. Nocturnal. Everblack. Fantastic album. I absolutely love this album. Probably, definitely in my top 5. Purple tape, which goes perfect with the J card. And this album artwork is simply spectacular. So there you go. Lyrics on that side, and then it translates over to here. You get the full album artwork right there, which looks awesome. So I have all these on vinyl, and I have them all on CD, and now I have them all on cassette because I am a collector scum, and this is one of my all-time favorite bands, and that is the only time I do that is when they're my all-time favorite band. So I just had to get them. As soon as I saw that they were announced, the Blaspheans Facebook group page was going off about it. Several people bought them, were showing them. I'm like, oh, birthday present. Birthday, come quick. And this is what I chose to get. So, Abysmal. This one I was not a huge fan of when it first came out. Like, I liked it, but I didn't spin it a whole lot. Now, this one I find I'm listening to probably the most right now. Just an all-around, this is a phenomenal album. Phenomenal artwork. Orange tape, which goes perfect with the J card and the album artwork. Probably one of their more underrated albums, that's for sure. Give it a shot. Listen to it more. The lyrics are now sad. A little bit more emotional considering Trevor's passing. Definitely a lot of his emotions are blasted on this album. I mean, all of the albums really, but he was just such a phenomenal lyricist. Like, he just wrote amazing lyrics, man. The guy had a great imagination, a great creative mind, creative thought process. So it'll be interesting to see how Brian does with a lot of the songwriting on the new album, but I think it'll be good. I've got high. My expectations have gotten pretty high. I'm starting to really get excited for that album. So good stuff. Two more. I thought, for some reason, I thought this was going to take forever because they do have a lot of albums, but not nearly as many as the Cannibal Corpse video that I did. Nightbringers. Brandon Ellis is simply phenomenal in this record. Just his guitars are so good. And Alan Cassidy is now in the band too for a couple of albums, and he's a phenomenal drummer. I love this album. I think this is by far their most underrated album, if I'm going to be honest with you. That's just my opinion. Some of you are probably going to disagree with me on that, but the riffage on this album is so fucking good. So good. So, might even start listening to this one first. I'm going to do a discography run out of order, probably. So yeah, good stuff. I feel like, did they issue this on tape? I can't remember. I never bought, if they ever reissued these like originally on tape, I never bought them because I wasn't collecting tapes at the time. But this was just a good way to get them all in one shot and not have to try and individually collect them. So, Nightbringers. And then finally the last one, Verminous. I did originally own this. I did originally get this through Metal Blade before when it first came out. I got it off of Night Shift merch. And then I sold off a bunch of my tapes a while back, and I used that one for a trade. I regretted it instantly after I did that, because this is one of the first tapes that I bought when I started tape collecting again. So I was happy to see that they added this in there for the reissues, and I grabbed it. Still wish I had the original pressing that I had before. Kind of really hate that I don't have it, but it is what it is. So I love this album, and this one has definitely grown on me quite a bit. I will admit I've listened to it a lot more ever since Trevor passed away. This was probably the one that I'd listened to the least in terms of their discography. At the time of it coming out, there was so much other music that I was really into at the time, and I just didn't prioritize it. Considering that they're one of my favorite bands, you thought I might have, but I was just in kind of a weird state of listening then. I think I was really into grindcore at the time. I don't remember, but anyway. This is pretty true to the last tape that I had. It was the same color. So, again, I regret getting rid of that. I do. But it is what it is. So here you go. And then we've got The Boys right there. I love that album. I love that band cover. Or that band photo. God, I'm talking. So, the inside cover artwork is by Shoggoth Kinetics or Lucas Court. So I've called this out several times. And then I can't say your line, Castellano, whatever it is, the album artist. Talked about that several times in my other videos. I've shown this record off and CD and everything else. So yeah. These are still available. Good price. They're like $10 a piece if you do like the currency exchange on it. Shipping is about $14, so definitely worth buying them all together for that shipping cost. If you buy one, I think it goes down a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it's coming from China. But it comes quick. I mean, it's a couple weeks, but definitely sometimes it gets held up in customs for a little while, just because, you know, of course it does. But like I said, the cool thing that I love about these is that the album artwork goes on the spines, and so it just looks really, really cool on the shelf. So yeah, awesome. So happy I had these. They all sound simply phenomenal. Just really rounding off my tape collection that I absolutely love. So yeah, go ahead, snag these. Let me know in the comments if you grab them. And yeah, excited for the new album. So I figured I'd show off these and give some promotion to NESI. Link will be in the description where you can buy them. And I'll see you guys in the next one.